Hi guys, I was watching this video yesterday, and was it yesterday, the day before? I think yesterday. And this guy says that the 144,000 are one is born to every family, one. So they're not. You won't find two in a one family, which is, you know, kind of. Reassuring. This doesn't happen. Yeah, it's only God will give a family one out of the 144,000. And the other thing he said, which is I do not agree with, he says they usually put them in a family that have problems, like dysfunctional problems. I disagree with that. You know why? Because my families are not dysfunctional. My family was a really good family. So my family did not have any of this problem where the kids are being abused or molested or things happen to them in their life, very traumatic. My traumatic experiences happened to me when I became a target individual. But before that, I never had any traumatic experiences. But yeah, I injured my finger one time, but it was not something I've done. My next door neighbor, he whacked me with a tree branch that has this bunch of thorn on it, and one of the thorn is stuck into my finger, and they had to take me to the hospital to get it out because it broke inside, and it was very painful, and they have to operate to remove it. That's a traumatic experience I had. But I had it when I was like 11, maybe below that. I can't remember. But anyhow, that's, but I never had experience where, he says, your family are messed up in the head, or, the family are abusive, all this stuff. So a lot of this speculation this guy is saying, I agree with the 144,000, only one in per family. I disagree with, because I look at my family, none of them is like me, none, not a single one. Okay, but we get along, and yeah, we get along, and so we grew up in a good family that we care about each other. We talk to each other pretty much on a daily basis. On a daily basis, we talk to each other, and like when somebody doesn't call me and I call, they call me, and stuff like that. We're very close like that. So that's not a dysfunctional family. Tell me one person in Canada talk to their family every day. None. This is a Canadian way, is to, after you're 18, you move on with your life. You have to start a new family or go to university, to go to school, and you become slowly transitioning and removing yourself from the something called family, So we kept our tradition. We're similar to Italian. Italian are very close too. They like to keep in touch with family members and get close to them or whatnot. And so the tradition, a Canadian tradition or the American tradition, is it has a lot of dysfunction. Dysfunction of family, that's European, and they have stuff like that. They don't believe in a family dynamic. So I disagree. I listened to him and I just said to myself, no, I do not believe this is actually accurate. And another person says also, another person also says, if you are the 144,000, your target individual, you are deeply connected to Jesus or Yeshua, right? And you think about Jesus all the time, right? That's not true for me. I grew up, I believe in prophets. I believe in prophets, okay? But I don't believe prophets as gods or whatnot. It's just our bloodline, but we have, I'm proud to be the bloodline of Jesus or Isa or Noah, no, Abraham and Isaac, Jacob. But I don't think they think about them all the time, you know. But that's not true for me, Even though it's yes, I have all these things to, that confirm I'm one in the 144,000. But so some of these people are speculating things are not true, you know. Okay, why would I be connect? Why would I think of Isa on a daily basis when I've never really met him, or we don't worship Isa or Jesus that way. We don't think he's God. So, I don't sit there and think. Even my family members, they don't sit there and think of the prophet, all day long. They pray. We mentioned the prayer, and we think of, giving prayer to an honorary role that God given the Prophet Muhammad and all the prophets, peace upon on them. But I do not really live and breathe, You understand? And so these people are saying things that are not really true. Yeah, we are, connected by blood. And, the 144,000 are the grandchildren of Isa or Jesus, We are the grandchildren. And they showed you through movies. We are the great children of Isa or Jesus. The Mayfair witches is the story of Jesus. Lasher is Jesus. He came through the 13 witch. They said this came through the 13 witch and that thing. And then Lasher ended up he came with a spirit. This spirit that stayed with the family of the Mayfair witches, and they end up she ended up giving him birth, and then from there he had, when he mated or had sex with one of the Mayfair witches, all of them end up dying. All of them, when he ejaculated in them, their uterus or whatnot end up ruptured. It's kind of just he. If you watch the Mayfair witches, go watch it. They're ruptured. You know why they're ruptured? Because his blood and is in his semen is divine, and they were not holy. The only person, it was this lady who came in a okay, he had kids when this lady came in. It was in Ireland, Scotland, or I can't remember where it's maybe Ireland, Scottish, or Irish, I can't remember. But anyhow, they end up marrying him to this entity, and this entity end up having 8 kids. And then they end up sacrificing him. So the Irish or Scottish, Wales, I don't know, Welsh, I don't know, one of them. And end up sacrificing him. They end up cutting his neck because they wanted his blood, because his blood possesses magical power, and they wanted to gain this magical power. So they end up killing him to take his blood, And his mother ended up saving him, and because she gave birth to him, and then when she gave birth to him, she took a lot of his power. A lot of his power was transferred to her, and he became weaker because the mom was using his power. But when she's close to him, she begin to lose his power. He begin to gain it back like that. But anyhow, she ended up because she was dying and she was trying to help him, and she ended up bring him to life, and because she used this magic spell and it healed his wound, But anyhow, that's a long story. But a lot of people are speculating things are not true. You know, it's not like, because she says, oh, you have a deep connection to Yeshua ben Joseph. No, that's not true. I don't agree with her. Anybody could say anything they want because they want to sound cool on YouTube. But anyhow, that's what I'm telling you. Yes, we are the same bloodline. you know yes, we bat for each other, but thinking about a person or family, being what do you call it, the other thing they said, yeah, one per family, 144,000 born to one family. And when we are born in different houses. We're not all black, we're not all white, we're not all Chinese or Vietnamese or whatever. So we're born to different, the rainbow spectrum, all these colors on the earth, all this nationality and nations. We are born in different nations. Okay, that's why they call us the lost sheep, because we were given to all these nations. You understand? So anyhow, yeah, some of the stuff I listen to, I agree. Some of it I don't, because I have my own perspective. I just don't follow people blindly because they think of something that I should be agreeable. I should agree to their beliefs.